Greetings YouTube and welcome back to another vlog. So before we go on to today's vlog, I want to apologise for last week. I mean, I know some of you enjoy me ranting and all that lot, but I gotta be honest with you, I felt as if I was ranting maybe just a bit too much last time I did this. I don't know why I'm apologising, but I don't know. I watched the video back and I don't know, I felt as if I was complaining a bit too much. But honestly, it's not my intention to go on a rant, but when something is on my mind, sometimes I just have to speak about it. So, yeah, I'll try my best not to rant if and when it's possible. But unfortunately, I might have to have a little bit of a rant here. I don't want to, but I'm going to have a little bit of a rant about Graeme Souness. Alright, what was happening with Graeme Souness? He was at the Tottenham and the Chelsea game, and he made comments which, unfortunately, his comments got misinterpreted as something else. When he was talking about it being a men's game, he was not comparing the men's football to the women's football. He was talking about the Chelsea and Tottenham game being a proper, a proper game of football where it's like scrapping and all that lot. Yeah. When he was talking about that, he was talking about the Premier League and the players that are in there. He didn't mention anything about the female footballers or anything like that. But unfortunately, some people got the wrong end of the stick and assumed that he was talking about the female footballers. And he got the wrong idea, thinking that he was comparing them to the ladies, which he wasn't. It may have come across like that, but it wasn't his intention, and he has defended his comments. I know one of the England women's players, I can't remember whom, but they're saying that Graeme needs to get in the bin with his comments. But his comments had nothing to do with the women's game. It had nothing to do with disrespecting them. I mean, I'd understand the outrage if he did deliberately go out his way and attack the women's football. I mean, if he did, then yeah, he should apologise. But again, it's the media trying to stir the pot and looking for fake outrage and then pretending to get annoyed over something that isn't worth getting annoyed over. So I don't know why they were complaining. Yeah. I mean, fair play to Graeme Souness for defending his comments, and rightly so, because he was pointing out the stuff that was happening in the Chelsea and Tottenham game. I mean, if you don't know what was going on in that game, there was a bit of a brawl between Antonio Conte and Thomas Tuchel. And if you look at Thomas Tuchel, he kind of reminds me of Niles Crane from Frasier. I don't know why. He has a slight look of him. But anyway, let's get back on track, shall we? But yeah, he made comments saying about the men's game, saying it was a proper game of football. And again, people are like trying to stir the pot and try and twist his words so it fits their agenda. And some of these outraged comments, you can clearly tell that they hadn't heard what Graeme had said, so they just assumed or automatically assumed that he was disrespecting the women's football, which he wasn't. I mean, if you were to talk to him about it, he'd happily congratulate the England Lionesses for winning the Euros, because yeah, they deserved it, absolutely. So I don't know why people decided to twist his words and say that he should get in the bin for his remarks, saying that he's out of date and all that lot. Yeah, I agree. There are some things that I don't agree with Graeme on. There are some opinions where I think he should have put more thought and process into it. But as I say, it was not his intention to insult. But that's the generation. We now have to apologise we now have to apologise for things that we've not done. It really gets on my nerves. But yeah, I think I will move on from that, shall we? Because I'll tell you what I've been doing. Yeah, I mentioned the Niles Crane then from Frasier. So yeah, I've been I know for like the 100th time. Yeah, I've watched through all the episodes of Frasier. Even some of the later episodes when it went a bit downhill, but when it comes to American sitcoms, that is possibly my favourite. Though I like the Cheers, which Frasier was a spin-off from. I enjoy Cheers. MASH is one of my favourites. I used to like Friends, but I've seen Friends that many times that I don't know. I just don't find it anywhere near as funny as I once did. But as I say, Frasier and Cheers, they're two sitcoms that never get old. But yeah, what I like about shows like Cheers and Frasier is that I'll say all the characters have great chemistry, and honestly, yeah, you can't really pick a favorite character because they're all great. Like in Cheers, I mean, you have great characters like Sam Malone, Diane Chambers, and the other characters that come in and who loves to have a good drink with them, like Norm and Cliff. I mean, those two are just absolutely hilarious. But yeah, what made Cheers so great was what made Frasier so great too. Yeah, and what we notice is we see a more different side to Frasier Crane in Frasier than we do Cheers. But I like it. He has his own radio show. Yeah, and the sense of humour that he has in his radio producer Ros Doyle, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the chemistry he has with his brother Niles, his father Martin. But yeah, so many great moments and episodes of it. I like the innkeepers one where they buy the restaurant. They buy a restaurant, and what goes wrong goes wrong completely. Yeah, it's funny when Niles is trying to like cut up the eel, and he's trying to kill the eel, and Daphne has had enough of him struggling, so she like grabs the eel and like smacks it across the room, and well, it puts the eel to sleep. Let's shall we say? But yeah, even the dog Eddie is great. But yeah, what I like about it though is again it's one of those shows that all the characters are great. Well, mostly great, because I will admit the show went downhill when Niles was seeing Mel. They ended up getting married, but he had no choice because she was manipulating and controlling him. But clearly, he didn't want to marry her because he wanted to marry Daphne. And yeah, you could tell from like the first series where you could tell that Niles had the hots for Daphne. And yeah, of course, those two ended up getting together in the later series. And that's when the show started to go downhill. It didn't quite have the same, I don't know, the same energy that the earlier series had. Yeah, but what ruined the show, in my opinion, was when Daphne's family came over from England with possibly the worst Mancunian accent going. In fact, some of them didn't even have Manc accents at all. Like a brother that were with a Brummie accent, or well, at least from the Midlands. That's that kind of area. But as I say, despite the latest series having a slight decline in quality, it's still a show that I can watch over and over again. Kind of like some of the British sitcoms like Only Fools and Horses, Fawlty Towers. I know what I find weird about Fawlty Towers is they only ever did 12 episodes of it. They should have made more, but But the 12 episodes that they made were just absolutely fantastic. I even enjoyed the royal family. Yeah, with Jim Royal. I mean, he is just so funny. I know there was a spin off of the royal family called Early Doors, where it had Dave in and some of the other characters from the royal family. It was a pretty good show, just not nowhere near as funny as the royal family. Not in the same quality. But yeah, as I do enjoy my sitcoms. Well, most of them anyway. I don't know. I try watching some of the newer ones like Not Going Out with Lee Mack. As a comedian, I find Lee Mack quite funny, but I don't know. Not Going Out just it didn't click with me at all. Gavin and Stacey, apart from a couple of episodes, I'm not really the biggest fan. And to be honest with you, I can't stand James Corden. In fact, I don't think anyone can. But if you happen to like him, then kudos. I've got no problem with that. I just find him a bit up his own arse. But yeah, a lot of celebrities are like that, but I don't know. I know when he was doing that program he was doing in America. I mean, the Americans grew sick of him, and and some of them said, "Oh yeah, please, would you take him back to England?" I mean, we don't want him back. Thank you very much. We don't want him back. No. But it is what it is. Sometimes when the celebrities, well, I won't exactly say sell out because they're already famous, but where when how can I put it? When you target a certain demographic, you can tell that they're not doing it for enjoyment. They're putting on a fake persona so that they can get even more money than what they already have. I mean, I can't describe it, but I don't know. I think you know where I'm coming from. It's hard to explain, but yeah. So, what else shall we talk about today? Oh yeah, apparently they said we might be having another heat wave after that. We've had two already. I mean, I don't really fancy having a third one, for goodness sake. I mean, the one in July was ridiculous, though, record-breaking temperatures. The one we had last week, though, was ridiculous. And, I mean, again, I don't mind warm weather, but I don't know, I just want to have a decent night's sleep. I just want to be comfortable in bed and when I'm also doing jobs and stuff throughout the day. But yeah, being from the north of England, I mean, we're not used to like really hot weather. And some places like Yorkshire are having a drought, and I'm not surprised. Yeah, and people say it's like the driest July. They've had the driest July since 1935, and probably and even the summer of 1976, where I wasn't even born then. But yeah, I know. Yeah, summers are going to get hotter, so unfortunately we've got to get used to it. Yeah, thankfully the weather is a little bit cooler compared to ours. I mean, it's still a little bit muggy and a bit sticky, but honestly, it's a lot better than what it has been. But they reckon we could be having a third heat wave. I hope it's not true, but most likely it probably will be. So we gotta get used to it, I suppose. So what else shall we talk about today? Let's have a think. Oh yeah, I'll get back to the football. So we'll talk about the Liverpool versus Crystal Palace game, which ended 1-0 on Monday at Anfield. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, another very disappointing performance for Liverpool. Yeah, we couldn't beat Fulham at Craven Cottage the previous week, and we can't even beat Crystal Palace at home. I mean, again, fair play to Crystal Palace. They should have beaten us, I'll be honest with you. But what completely ruined the game was Darwin Nunez for headbutting Anderson. I don't know why he did it. Perhaps he was provoked, and but unfortunately he did the wrong thing by putting his head to Anderson. I mean, if you're gonna put your head to someone, whether it's a proper butt or a little one, it's still a sending off. And you could tell like Jurgen Klopp and James Milner were not happy about it. And yeah, and he said Klopp said he said it not he said it was not the way to behave, but he will learn from it, which I'm sure he will. I know he was our big summer signing. Yeah, who we signed him from Benfica. But yeah, I'm hoping he will learn from his mistake because you don't go in head you don't go and put your head to someone. If you provoked, just stay calm about it. Yeah, but unfortunately, the player who got headbutted for Crystal Palace, Anderson, he received like abusive comments on Twitter, which I don't understand why. Yeah, sure he provoked Nunez, but yeah, but what Nunez did was much worse. So I don't know why. I don't know why you'd have to. I don't know why people have to abuse footballers, even when they've done nothing wrong. I mean, these same people wouldn't like it if the shoe was on the other foot, as I'd say. But yeah, so Liverpool haven't won the first two games, and we're playing away to Manchester United, who have been absolutely dreadful. Bottom of the table after two games, -5 goal difference. I know, and people are saying, oh, Liverpool are going to have an easy game. We're going to beat Manchester United the way things go. I mean, you'd expect that. But guess what? I'm quite worried. I'm actually quite worried. I won't be surprised if the game ends in another draw. I mean, yeah, we should be capable of beating Manchester United. I mean, if Brentford can put 4 past them, I don't see why we can't put 5 past them like we did last year. But yeah, I won't be surprised if it ends in another draw. I mean, I can't see us losing to them unless we have a really, really bad game. But yeah, it's not been the ideal start to the campaign, but hopefully fingers crossed that things can improve. They should do, but I don't know. But drawing your first two games against one of them against a promoted team and another one who finished mid-table last season. But yeah, but what surprised me about some of those teams is that they gave like the so-called the big guns a bloody good run for the money. And sometimes, yeah, I don't know, sometimes like Manchester United made Brentford look like Barcelona. And they were lucky it stayed 4-0 because, as I say, it could have been about 7. They were that bad. I mean, Alex Ferguson wouldn't allow it. And I think Sir Matt Busby will be rolling in his grave seeing what's happening to one of the great clubs. But I honestly I don't know what's going on about that. But yeah, other than that, not an awful lot interesting has happened in the football, other than the Nunez headbutting and the Chelsea and Tottenham getting into a scrap. But yeah, I honestly don't know what goes through these people's minds. I know it's a derby game and it's one of those ones I take seriously, but sometimes they're more bothered about boosting their ego than boosting their confidence in football, rather than showing the passion on the pitch. They'd rather get heated over the simplest of things. Yeah, don't boost your ego like that. There's nothing wrong with being confident, but don't be an egotistical prick and be arrogant about it by deciding, oh yeah, I'll just have a fight on the pitch for no reason. Oh yeah, because that makes me look great. It doesn't make you look great at all. And more often than not, players get punished for their selfish attitudes. I know, because I know it's because the managers were fighting. The players decided to fight as well. I know that's the attitude now. If you can't beat them, join them instead of just minding your own business like a normal person should. Are you what are you going to achieve by getting into a fight? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just pathetic. Anyway, I think I might call this a vlog a day. I was going to talk about a few more things, but I'm a bit busy, so I think I'm going to have to call it a day here. And I shall see you in the next vlog or the next video. Until then, I hope you have a good day. Take care.